Hello, everybody at Facebook Live Land. We are the Podguyz Podcast with a Z. You know, you always have to spell it out for people. And I'm going to get into a rant in a minute. But I am Tony Kaz, followed by...
Devin Neary.
And... Sparkovicious! Hey, there you go. You have a voice, Sparky. Use it. What is going on? Big shout out to Daniel Parker, Justin Crawford, joining us from the CNA Geeks. If you want to happen to check out a very good geeky page, I know they just did their little their podcast yesterday, but check it out. Check it out. It's some good times. I'm going into my rant. I hope you're ready, Kevin.
I'm ready.
All right. So, as some people may know, right, I work in a retail establishment. I'm not going to say the name of the establishment, but from time to time, I do happen to get boned, schedule-wise, because I get bounced around a lot, all right? But it is of my own choosing, and I'm okay with that. I am entitled to that. I love it. I love getting bounced around a little bit. I love the freedom. I'm going to start from 2 days ago. And in your wonderful city, Kevin, the city that you live in.
I never said wonderful.
This lovely person comes in. And he's in his early 20s. Very white. With his pants sagged halfway down, or I should say all the way around his butt.
He must be bad at buying pants, Tony.
And fully covered in tattoos all over his face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Maybe he fell asleep at a party. We don't know if he's not the victim.
It's possible. But he did look like a crack addict, or a cracked out Post Malone.
Okay. Some people are trying to look like their favorite celebrities nowadays.
That's true. That's true. And you know what? I'm not opposed to tattoos. I love tattoos. I'm a big fan of looking at tattoos.
Yeah.
But when you make the move, where you're going like this.
Oh, he was bouncing?
Oh, dude, he was bouncing.
I'm not blaming crack on that one.
I am not blaming crack either. Or crystal meth, for that matter. Because I'm thinking crystal meth would definitely put you in the mood of going like this, right?
We'll need to get arrested.
So technically, we're not open until a certain time when the rest of the stores are open. But we're open ahead of time because we're filling in patients. We're doing different things. I work in a medical environment, blah blah blah. And this guy comes walking in, so he's like, "Yo, man, you got the goods."
He's waiting outside your store like you're about to reveal the next Star Wars movie.
like I'm ready to turn the next vowel on the on the Wheel of Fortune.
Friday ready, and this is a Tuesday. It's like, come on, I'm ready for the sale. He is ready for a sale that has not existed.
Like I was making pancakes at IHOP.
Yeah. Like you're providing some nurturing service of a necessity, which you are to a degree, but
True.
Higher class a degree.
True. So I'm at that point where I look over at him, and my manager slowly comes up to me, and she goes, "Keep an eye out."
Hold on. So was the kid able to decode that?
Oh, no way. He was methed out.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude,
that dude was shaking. He was... When I mean, dude, he was in this. Going like this for probably 10 minutes, right? And he goes, "Yo, you got..."
Hold on now. He could have the sixth sense and have a death ghost with him.
Possibility. So, right, he's with two other people, right? And they stand out at the gate. Like they're just hanging out.
Okay.
Which was a weird one of these.
All right, that could have
So,
been
like, two people holding out guard while one person goes inside. I'm like, oh, shit. This is my time to shine, boys.
That's
my-
his version of Secret Service right there.
I'm rocking and rolling, right? I'm getting all pumped up because I think, oh my god, this dude's gonna pull out a gun. I'm gonna save the day. It's gonna be fantastic.
Be a hero.
I'm gonna be a hero.
Totally cast in the hospital bed.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, he just wanted to buy some shit while he's all tweaked out. I think that's just a normal, average, Thursday or Friday. It was on Friday. I'm sorry, Friday. Just an average Friday for this guy, and he was just like, oh man, I'm just gonna go and buy stuff. Like, really tweaked out.
Yeah.
So, the other guy that I'm working with...
When you're on drugs,
Oh, yeah. So, the other guy that I'm working with, right?
What do? Buy stuff.
I don't know what's good. So, the other guy that I'm working with, he comes out, right? And he goes and he gets the other guy that was in the back, the doctor, and both of them come out like they're ready to start something if this guy pops off.
You're getting nothing but aggression vibes from these guys.
Nothing but aggression vibes, right? So there he is, reaching for his pants, right? Reaching for his pants.
Because they're probably falling down.
Because they were falling down, yeah. So, to continue on with the story, my buddy, who was checking him out, right, he goes, hey man, would you like to sit down? He goes, oh man, do I have to? He goes, no man, he's like, you don't have to, but if you, it's going to take a few minutes to put your information in. Oh, I have to put information in too? Well, yeah, you have to put information if you're buying something. Oh, okay. So there he is, in the seat.
Was he going like...
I don't think he was.
Did he look like an Adam Sandler's version of Steve Buscemi's?
No, he looked like a dollar store Post Malone. Yeah. But really, really tweaked out. Which was awesome and funny.
Did you smell to?
I didn't get close enough because I thought he had a weapon.
Yeah.
And usually you keep your distance, or you circle. You do the circle pattern.
Yeah, moving targets. And that if he sees you in trails, he doesn't know which one to stab.
Yeah, he has no clue what's going on.
There's so many around. Yeah? Did you find what you're looking for?
So I'm thinking, oh my god, when he goes to cash out, like when he goes to cash out for the doctor, boom, like he's gonna hold up at the register. So there's me, and the one guy that works in the back, and the doctor, and we're all huddling together. We're like, oh man, is it gonna pop off? Oh, is it gonna pop off? And we're like hoping. But then we're like, holy shit, welcome to Wilkes-Barre, because this is where it's going to happen. And it was sadly a sad story. He actually cashed out with his money, and he was like, boop, 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 boop. And he left, like nothing happened. We were all disappointed.
You're like, we're all still alive.
Yay!
He might have been a very famous rapper with his entourage.
He could have been Twin Stacks for all I know.
He could. I don't know that.
That's where he's going to the bar and ordering an alcoholic beer.
All I'm saying is he could have been somebody actually famous. You should have asked him for his autograph, Tony.
True. Actually, Sparky might remember Twin Stacks from the comedy show that I did, where I roasted this poor lady for like a half hour, telling her that she should close her legs because the SPCA is coming.
To check the roast beef.
I remember that. It went from you to
Brian Walsh.
Will go after. Brian Walsh. Will went after.
Oh yeah. It was a good show. Like, it was funny, really, really funny.
One comedian after another went after this poor mom.
But she had her legs open.
She let herself open for a lot of ridicule because she was out there yelling, yipping, you know. She's like, "Oh, you guys are so funny!" Ah! She was really rocked, like really rocked.
Yeah, you have to love the class of a person that just ruins the show for everybody.
Yeah.
Was she white girl, Lisa?
Yeah, they ran a comedy train on her. It was bad.
Oh yeah.
Out of it, even
You only got 30, like, Tag, you got her now, Will. Here you go.
And I even apologized up front. I was like, "Ma'am," I said, "Are you sure that you want this? Because it's coming." And she goes, "Yeah, let's see what you got." And I'm like, "Oh, boop, boop."
I told her that AIDS looks more appealing than her life.
Oh.
Yeah. They just go low blow. They're like, "I'm sorry that your kids are suicidal."
No, she told us that her son is a professional rapper named Twin Stacks.
Twin Stacks?
Mm-hmm.
Twin stack.
Okay.
wait.
Yeah, I said, your son sounds like he's an IHOP dinner.
It does sound like an IHOP dinner.
Sounds pretty good.
What are you looking for? Twin stack?
Yeah, they should. I always ask for, if I don't know who a person is, I always tell them to send me their SoundCloud because I'm sure they're on there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Send me your SoundCloud. Oh my God, I got one of them. Everyone does. So send me it. And,
It's like LinkedIn, it's like Instagram, Tumblr, you know, like whatever you tend to use.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You actually find group that.
I thought voice notes were fixed.
Anyways.
Don't you survive Wolfberry another day?
And it's so funny, like I love the manager over at Wilkes-Barre. She's super hilarious, right? And she's like a tiny little lady. She's a tiny little lady, but she's a pit bull, dude.
Yeah. She's on the front lines, though. That's
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, she's like a little pit bull, though, dude. Like, we have this this guy that occasionally used to steal from us. And then I was like, yo, that's the guy right there. Boom. Yo, she was on top of him like stink on shit. And I've never seen a little lady hop onto a big guy and be like, you never come in here again. We're calling the cops. Bing, bang, boom. And be like, here I am, you know?
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. But there's some crazy stuff going on in news, man. There's a lot of moves going on with the movies, with some TV. There's a couple different things. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died.
I know. I was very surprised. I thought she was older. Sparky, did you have her in your death pool?
No matter.
Man.
Never.
We didn't want her to die.
I think Will had. Did Will ever?
No.
No, Will had never.
No.
And I was thinking that someone did, and then I'm like, no, I don't really remember coming up ever in the death pool.
Man, that's a missed opportunity right there, fellas.
Yeah,
Missed
yeah.
opportunity.
Because at some point in time, like she wasn't looking good at all.
No, 87 years old, cancer plenty of times over. Everyone is really up in arms, thinking that that a Supreme Court, that if you appoint someone to the Supreme Court and you're a Republican, that they're going to vote your way. Normally, it doesn't historically happen that way. John Roberts was appointed by George W. Bush, and he still felt fine enough with the Affordable Health Care Plan Act to say that it wasn't unconstitutional to pass that right on by. So they don't owe it. If you were Tony, I'll give you a nice example. Say I have a base and Sparky has a base, right? But I'm the big base, I'm the majority base, and we get you the job, a forever job, okay? Because we think you're one of our guys.
Sure.
No matter what with that forever job, we can never fire you at all, right?
Ooh.
We have absolutely no power over you once you get that job.
Sure.
This now makes you ultimately a free person, okay? So you're going to say what you're going to want to say, and you're going to do what you want to do just to get approved, just to get your forever job. I think that once you have Supreme Court members in there, You got 9 of them, okay?
Sure.
Tony?
Yeah,
Tony,
yeah.
you got Supreme Court. You got 9 Supreme Court members.
9.
If they're all this old, okay?
Geriatric
if
court.
they're all this old, please, for the love of God, have a 10th, okay? Have a 10th, not to be on there, but just for when one person dies, the 10th is there to be hooked right up there.
That'd be perfect, yeah.
That's a
Maybe
smart
even an
idea.
11th. Maybe even an 11th.
11. Just have a lineup.
Yeah.
Those 10, just in case. You got some just in case people.
You could have the 6-man award for the Supreme Court.
Similar idea? Absolutely.
Mind-blowing.
For when a Supreme Court justice is sick and dying in the hospital, we got a sub.
Boom. And you can pop her in anytime. You could be like, oh, I'm sorry, do you have cancer? Oh, here's Mr. Smith.
Yeah, we got some bad news. She's under the knife. She seems to be meant. If you get some people in there that are just about on the same brink of physical capacity as Stephen Hawking.
Oh, yeah.
Just rolling in there, and you're like, how can that person do anything? And then you think to yourself, is there another substitute we can throw in there? Yeah, we got Supreme Court just number 10. We'll just pop them right in there. No big deal.
Any point in time. They're all vetted. They're all checked out and checked in, ready to rock and roll at any minute's notice.
Absolutely. It baffles my mind that you don't have a slight backup plan like this. Like, oh my God, now we're going to have to vote for a Supreme Court justice? Like, Jesus, really, guys? Hockey has figured out substitutes. But when it comes to the good old-fashioned executive to branches of the government, we're completely screwed up on that.
Oh, yeah.
There should be now you have a bunch of now you have Democrats worried about the Republican majority pushing through another conservative type of Supreme Court member, which they should not be worried about, because once you give somebody ultimate power, they are ultimately in their own mindset to do whatever they wish and however they might interpret the Constitution.
True.
They are under no one else's thumb now. No matter who got them the job, no matter who voted for them for the job, it is now ultimately up to them. So that person's past record, whomever the judge may be, or whomever the judge may be put up there, that person's past record can be completely dismissed right off the bat. You can completely dismiss it, because there's one thing that record has shown between even Clarence Thomas and Scalia when he was alive. These Supreme Court justices do not always vote the way that you feel, that you think that, or presume or predict the way that they are going to vote. Normally they don't. They vote the opposite. Sometimes they do vote the way that you think they're going to vote, but ultimately they are their own person again. So please, Democrats, relax. These guys are, they're jabbing at the Republicans, saying what they have to say. The Republicans are trying to find a go-along guy or gal.
Oh, sure.
One way or another. Yeah, of course they are. It's to their advantage. And you can't, you can't force them to go your way after the fact. That's all I'm saying, basically. So, it's Ruth. She did some nice things. That's great. Very groundbreaking as a Supreme Court justice. Unfortunately, no one's life is eternal on this earth, so they now have to replace her with anybody else.
Hey, Kevin. Here's a quick question, right? Could you name me any other Supreme Court justice?
Besides Clarence Thomas, John Roberts.
That's it.
There's a Kennedy on there. There's Sotomayor. Yep. Sotomayor, that's one, right?
I have no idea. I couldn't name one of them, to be honest. And Ruth Darth Vader Ginsburg.
Then you got Brett Kavanaugh. You got Gorsuch. Gorsuch is on there too. I think I got 7 of them down.
Okay.
What do you mean one? I thought you had it on your screen or something. Like I was going to.
My point, Kevin. You could have said Eddie Munster, Ted Turpentine, Billy Knowles.
Bob McNeely. There's a whole bunch of them. They're all.
The point is, Kevin, is that nobody tends to know all of the Supreme Court justices unless you're doing it for a living.
You got one viewer out there with a tear down his eye, like, oh, buddy.
I'm just saying, if you happen to do it for a living, maybe you do. But
I love to be prepared for when Jeopardy calls. You know.
I guess maybe.
Well, wait a second. Does Jeopardy even have a backup plan for Alex?
No, they have
Because
nothing.
The Supreme Court doesn't have a backup plan. I don't think
Is I would say that he is a great backup plan if anything comes to Alex Trebek.
Marky can't
This season, he's actually executive producer off screen for the show.
So they have him on the back burner for anything that's going to happen.
So he's on the back burner. If anything happens, Alex Trebek, they're going to bring him out of the back and have him work the show.
Okay.
I guess that puts the whole show in jeopardy.
They're gonna work. Oh! They're gonna work his mouth like a ventriloquist.
That's fucking terrible.
Things are so sad. So sad.
I saw that you had on the page, man, something about Microsoft buying.
Yeah, we'll cut into that in a minute. I wanted to cut into some juicy shit. Did you happen to see that Danny Masterson from That 70s Show actually got charged with raping 3 women?
I thought he was just a sexual assaulter. Now he's a raper.
Nah, now he's a raper.
Man.
Yeah.
But this
Are you sure they're just...
That happened weeks ago.
Well, I'm just saying that I know it happened last year at some point in time, I think, actually. Right?
I heard...
Yeah, that's only 3 to 4 people.
But still, for it to come to court at this point in time, like, dude, you raped 3 people. Like, raped 3 people. And, yeah, he's got some crazy shit going on right now.
Yeah. No,
his...
I mean, if he had a warrant out for him, he would probably hide.
Oh, yeah.
Also, the name of his character was Hyde. Thought it worked play tonight. Why not? No, I couldn't. Who was accusing him of the rape? I don't understand. I don't really need to know, but...
I'm going to go into a little bit in the backstory here, right?
Okay.
So, actor Danny Masterson, charged with raping 3 women, appeared Friday in a California courtroom. His lawyer insisted. He said, look, my client, That 70s Show star, is innocent. He is innocent. And the lawyer for the actor claimed in Los Angeles that his client has faced repeated attempts to politicize the case, and that Danny Masterson is absolutely not guilty.
Okay.
What lawyer doesn't say that? Who just comes up and is like, my client is very guilty. You should put him behind bars.
I would expect Harvey Weinstein's lawyer to maybe be like that. But
maybe.
There are some lawyers out there that are like, you know, they're allowed to review the evidence, and once they see enough of it, they're like, okay, can we plead out on this one? Now that just leads me to automatically think that the prosecution. Boom.
Prostitution, definitely guilty.
When you're not paying, when you're in some cases, if you're not paying a hush money fee or whatever, then it does count as a form of prostitution.
True.
Sex for money.
True.
Or
True.
just plain old extortion.
Okay.
Now, I'm not presuming that. Danny Masterson, I'm not a fan of. I don't really care too much about his acting career. But you really hate to see anybody who might be innocent going to jail for something like that.
Sure.
I'm not calling the women liars at all or anything like that, because if 1 out of 3 are telling the truth, then that's still rape. You know, I suppose that's still terrible. He just, I would like to, I mean, does it specify the degree of rape?
Well, Masterson is accused of raping the 3 women in his California home between 2001 and 2003. He was charged in June. In 2017, he was accused of rape by 4 women, which prompted Netflix to cut his role in the show The Ranch.
Thank God for that.
Now, the district attorney commented as pure speculation with no basis in fact.
Okay, so they would need a rape kit to be positive on the girl.
Correct.
They would need his DNA, his cooperation should be there 100% if he's innocent. That's the only thing that's probably going to get him out of the idea.
Yeah.
Jury amongst his peers, yeah, I mean, it might still be in there. He might be sharing a cell with our good friend Ron Jeremy. Yep.
See, Ron Jeremy is another one, right? Like, and not to say that it happens to the famous people in the industry right now, but you are seeing like people like Ron Jeremy and Danny Masterson, who have a sexual intercourse with women over a period of time.
Yeah.
Now they're coming out many years later saying, "Oh, he raped us." Not to say many years after the fact, and you know what? Maybe it happened. I'm not saying that it either didn't or didn't happen.
Ron
and
Jeremy's
I'm not.
Big, it'll keep you quiet for 10 years.
But that's the thing, though. Ron Jeremy did that for a living, though. So how can
Yeah,
you
I still
prove
think
it?
that was a form of PTSD. You could probably get away with it.
Yeah, and it's such a weird.
He was blackout.
Ugh. It's such a weird.
In the case of Danny Masterson, though, and if you're thinking, if you're going along the logical pathway of these women are in it for money, they're not doing it right. These guys aren't like multi-millionaires. You're suing. You're thinking about extorting. If it's an extortion attempt for money, you're looking at extorting an ex-porn star and or Danny Masterson from That 70s Show.
Yeah.
The show he also didn't star in, and a failed show, The Ranch. When I say failed, I mean failed.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Girls, do your homework. If you're going to extort a celebrity, you got to go knocking on Tom Hanks' door. He'll give you money.
Yeah, definitely.
He's a nice guy, I hear it.
Say that you slept with David Blaine. Somebody.
No,
anybody.
Man, he'll make them disappear.
Oh, yeah, he would.
Holy crap.
And they'll be like, it's amazing.
Can I talk to you for a second? Yeah, sure. Oh, my God. What happened?
I'm going to tie you up with balloons and then you'll fly away.
I think David Blaine just raped me as a part of his magic trick. Is your mind for the...
My dude.
I think that's the other...
Look, I disappeared. Oh, God, there I am.
Son of a bitch. You peekabooed. That counts as mental rape. Oh, man. Holy crap, there he is.
Hey, Sparky, what happened yesterday on TV?
What are we talking about? The NFL overall in general?
No. There was something that happened on TV yesterday, and it was one of the...
The Emmys.
Hey, there you go. There you go, buddy. Big time in the Emmys yesterday. I guess, nobody showed up, which was fantastic. It was an empty audience.
As it should be.
As it should be. Much like it usually is.
Well, they were doing the social distancing thing.
Yeah.
That's all well and good.
It's where A-list superstars can go like this.
Oh, yeah.
To each other. And just, kind of pat each other on the back a little bit.
They can make their complaints like, I had to drive last year's version of the BMW instead of Porsche this year. These poor people think they have it bad. It's like, oh man, you guys got to just shut up now. Yeah, I don't know who won what. Did you mark it down at all?
I didn't mark it down, but there was one specific person who won. Dave Chappelle actually won an Emmy.
Nice.
Yeah. And it was one person in particular, and he won for variety comedy.
Is that because did the Emmys do this so they can get back their street cred?
Maybe.
Like they're more people than the People Choice Awards.
So Dave Chappelle actually captured the prize for Outstanding Variety Special. And despite being one of the most accomplished comedians of all time, he felt particularly vindicated by the award.
That's good. As long as he enjoyed the award, that's he well deserves it.
Well, here's the thing, right? It came in because of his Netflix special for Sticks and Stones, right?
Yeah.
And he was met like with a lot of hatred. He was hit with a lot of hatred because of his show.
Okay.
Right? And he happened to say, in quote unquote, let me see here. I mean, I read all the reviews, and they said so many terrible things. They were embarrassed for me. I had lost my way. It wasn't even worth watching. I hope you all, critics, learn from this. This is a teachable moment. Shut the forever.
I love it.
Quote, end quote.
Yeah, I like it.
I think it's great. Like, if as long as someone's shooting the shit and telling it straight, like, just telling, not necessarily the industry, but, like, critics in general come for your throat every single time. And they're looking for blood. And it just is what it is. But you gotta remember, like, even from a comedic standpoint, you know, I've been there where I've bombed completely. I've also gone on to where I've gotten a really great applause.
Oh yeah, you're loved when you're loved, and then you know who your true people are when they don't stab you in the back after a tough night.
Correct.
I've done like, geez, I think my record is 7 open mics in one day, right? And that's a lot of work, you know, like, so
that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time and effort.
So open mic number 3, man, nothing but crickets, you know. A 6 out of 7 ain't bad. Here, I just brushed it right off, no big deal. But you got the people that were at the open mic 1 and 2 where they were just like, hey man, it's okay that you bombed, and then you got some of them where they're just like wolves in sheep's
clothing. Of course,
they can't wait for your failure, so that way they can say, you know, man, maybe you just don't show up for the one at blank. You know, I'm not gonna name locations, but
yeah.
Maybe
on Main Street, on Smith Street.
Yeah, man, I'll brush that baloney out. But yeah, you do have people that just love to kick you when you're down, and they've been talking negatively on Dave Chappelle
for years, dude. For years.
Oh yeah, you know, it's a thing. This is the leverage position, basically. He knew he was the star of the Dave Chappelle show, and he took it away from Comedy Central instead of them. They wanted to give him a lot of money. But
$1 billion. $1 billion.
Yeah.
With a B.
Yeah, do you know if they've offered you $1 billion, they think they can make $1 trillion off you?
Oh, definitely.
You will never make more than the channel that is giving you the contract, and they make sure of it.
Of course.
I mean,
of course.
So this plays in your head for a little bit of time. I mean, guaranteed. It's just money, okay? If you're already well taken care of, then it's just the principle of the idea to make sure that you are the best. But then to step away from it and to say, you know what, I think I'm just going to do my own thing. I have enough money, and then more than I've had my whole entire life. I think I'd rather just step away from it and go down to South Africa, and I want to, you know, clear my head a little bit. And everybody to say, oh, Dave Chappelle's gone crazy.
Oh, yeah.
He's gone crazy.
He's gone off the rails, yeah.
He walked away from money that we made up one day. We gave him a piece of paper to sign that said he'll be richer than he's rich already right now. And he said no to it. And I couldn't have more respect for anybody to walk away from that.
Oh, of course. Of course.
And then come back and just pop in on any kind of show that he wants to pop in on. He took control of his own talent himself and placed himself where he wanted to be on his own free will without anybody else owning him or owning where he should go or where he does go. So much more respect to him, and for them to give him an Emmy, and if he gave a nice Emmy speech like, "Oh my God, this was a surprise," I tell you what, it'd be a surprise if he said that. If he gave your normal everyday Emmy speech, from what you're telling me, he gave them the old-fashioned middle finger, and all they were worried about was the ratings. Anyways, everyone's probably talking about it. He's staying true to himself, though, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, good for him, man. Really good for him. I mean, if anybody in the entertainment industry can just be like, and just, you know, straight out tell it how it is, especially to the industry that's trying to bring them down.
Oh yeah, man! Just as quick as they'll bring you in, look what happened to Louis C.K. Okay, now I know we don't. Whatever, you know, like you're gonna have the hashtag Me Too. I'll stick my stance, though. Louis C.K.'s a funny dude, all right? Nothing but a nice guy. And if he's masturbating in front of you while the door is unlocked and you feel uncomfortable, tell you what, man, you open the door, you just leave. Normally, you just leave. And I would not suggest you stay in a room ever that's making you feel sexually uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah.
If you are compromising your career to something that makes you sexually uncomfortable, the only thing you're compromising is your morals. Okay?
True.
So,
I agree.
So take the high ground and walk out the damn room. Don't complain if you saw something dirty, though, and you're staying in the room just so that way you can get yourself a paid gig here and there. Do it the hard way. Take a pen, take a piece of paper, and start writing some jokes and performing them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But, they had it in their heads, the women, they had it in their heads that he would get them shows, and maybe he might have put that thought into their heads. Mm-hmm. Maybe. I wasn't in the room. But I know if I certainly was, and he started masturbating in front of me, boy, oh boy, I'd be out of there very quickly. Not as quick as you would think. I would just
No, you'd be like, do you need a hand? No? All right, I'm good.
Yeah,
Bye.
Yeah, and then Hollywood took Louis C.K. and they said, what a rapist. And it's like, he masturbated in front of them. Sexual assault is the same as rape. It's like me saying stabbing you in the leg is the same as me stabbing you in the neck, like in the throat area. One's going to kill you, one's going to hurt a lot. Still assault, but one's more deadly than the other, in my opinion. But, there's certain degrees to the whole idea. But the Hollywood mainstream will take you in, give you a big hug. They'll make sure they give you a contract and call you a genius and that. But one little hiccup, man, they're ready to turn their backs and throw you out to pasture.
True. Speaking of going out the pasture, Sparky, we were talking earlier, right? We were talking about different topics, and Sparky gave his 2 cents, and he was like, all right, let's talk about the NFL. So, Sparky, let's talk about the NFL. Let's do it.
The NFL is actually turning into a season of MASH so far this season. It's been one injury after another.
A season of disappointment, Kevin. A season of disappointment.
A season of disappointment. And we're not even talking about small name players. We're talking about the big superstars from a lot of the teams.
Can you give me a name?
Give a couple names, Sparkles.
Running back.
Oh, yeah.
ACL.
Torn ACL.
Out for the season.
Yeah, that's a tough injury to not just to endure, but to come back from. It's very tough. So it's disappointing for Giants fans specifically. For them to have their lead running back. What's that?
Joey Bosa, San Francisco 49ers, their star defender, torn ACL.
Bosa gone. Yep.
So that doesn't...
Same game. Same game. Jimmy Garoppolo, high ankle sprain. They say anywhere up to 4 weeks.
Up to 4 weeks? I mean, they're a short pass run team regardless, so this shouldn't affect their Kyle Shanahan type of scheme. I call it that's their head coach, Kyle Shanahan, and he's normally been about safe passes. He's pretty good when it comes to writing a playbook around a quarterback's talent. So it shouldn't be too terrible.
But before that, the 49ers also lost their star tight end killer for a few weeks. They also lost. They also lost.
Mostert is also he's doubtful to play next Sunday.
A sprained MCL. He's going to be up for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Now, Sparky, we were talking earlier, and is this due the shortened role that they play during COVID, especially with the training that should be going on through the summer? Do you think that plays a big portion of this?
I'm not going to
just conditioning.
Yeah,
the conditioning.
Yeah, the condition. I'm not going to say that the conditioning doesn't play a big role in the idea. How preseason works, Tony and Sparky, you guys are familiar with how the preseason works. You put the starters in for every other quarter or one and a half, and then you wean them into the idea of getting hit, so that way the contact is more gradual, sort of thing. Now, being that both sides are playing defense and offensive players, are getting are receiving injuries. The ACL injury is more of a random type of injury. It doesn't really have to do much with being overworked too much, but it can happen to any player at any time with whether they've been conditioned or not.
Correct.
Basketball.
Correct.
Durant had that ACL
There's
injury.
also been a lot of Achilles injuries, though, also.
What's that?
There's also been a lot of Achilles injuries, also, this year.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's one of these. It's one of the muscles that normally takes about a year for people to get back in action after rehab. Adrian Peterson had it about 6 years ago.
Well, he had an ACL tear, didn't he?
He had an ACL. He had the knee. He didn't have the Achilles.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So,
but the big name stars, though, like McCaffrey's out for 4 to 6 weeks with the high ankle sprain. And
I know.
then,
Picking for fantasy football.
and then
So the
the running back from Indianapolis, he was a workhorse last year. He's out for the season.
Yeah.
He tore his ACL.
he did. But the Indianapolis Colts picked a rookie running back, so they're going to be fine as far as their run game goes. It's not really going to affect their team. See, it's affecting the players more than it's going to affect the games because these guys are all close to being around the same talent levels. So you have Ezekiel Elliott. How did he get injured? Okay, they ran him hard against the Falcons. Dak Prescott also didn't get injured. So for the whole scope of the NFL, of all players that you're naming that did get injured, do you also have the opposite end of it for all the players that didn't get injured but still got I saw yesterday Herbert, the rookie quarterback for the Chargers. Man, he took a whack, and he ended up injuring the middle linebacker, a quarterback. Jesus Lord! I was watching, like, like one of those hits where you're like, oh God!
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Middle linebacker is on the ground. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Holy crap! But yeah, it might be a little bit of conditioning in that. It is. It's probably one of the most popular sports in America, if not the most popular sport in America. I mean, I know that some people are boycotting, while they're texting me, what's the score of the Eagles game?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, I'm a Dolphins fan.
Don't want to talk about their injuries.
Tony, you gotta be loving what Cam Newton's doing.
You know what? To be honest, I'm not a Cam Newton fan, believe it or not. But he is doing okay enough. And seriously, they're just doing okay. I don't know if they face a better team, we'll see. But
you beat the Dolphins, you were supposed to beat them. You lost to the Seahawks, you're supposed to lose to them.
Yeah.
So they're par for the course. So I'll match you. I'll see you. I'll
Exactly.
see you, and I'll match you on your okay.
Yeah.
But he's pulling something that Cam Newton hasn't done in a long time: rushing touchdowns. Holy crap! We're seeing vintage Cam Newton in a Bill Belichick offense and a defense that won't quit either.
Yeah.
New guys coming up, man.
And on the other flip of the switch, I'm a Tom Brady fan. I don't know why. I love the man. He's an incredible athlete.
Absolutely.
And you can't take that away from him. He's got yardage, touchdowns. Like his passer rating, awesome.
If Mike Evans would have finished a running route or his wide receiver route, for the love of God, did you see Tom Brady was pissed off? He's like, finish the route, man.
Yeah, finish something.
And
Finish something.
Oh
that would be great.
He says it with such a beautiful smile on his face too, where it's just like, he's pissed, but he's like, happy pissed.
Well, he's pissed because he can't get the ball to Gronk, and Gronk. Here's the thing: Gronk spent too much time drinking in a cabana on the beach of like some hotel that he's doing shows for.
You can find Rob Gronkowski at your local kegger.
Any local kegger. Any of them.
Bob, is that Rob Gronkowski? Yeah, he came with the keg. I don't know.
Yeah, it's nice that he's doing the keg stands, drinking all your beer.
It's only a $5 upcharge, so I figured, why not? I didn't know he drink the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah, it's $10 for him to spit it back in your mouth.
Next week, because that one wide receiver from Tampa Bay's already rolled out.
Yeah, yes.
For next game already. And
Yeah,
they're saying also.
Jesus H. They should just get freaking Hogan over there. Because he got let go from the Patriots, too. And he would make an awesome addition, man. They should just call them the Tampa Bay Patriots.
Yeah, he got signed. That's funny. Hogan got signed by the Jets, actually.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. So that's the Jets are like, Tom, look who we got. It's like he stole his least favorite kid.
Yeah.
Look who we got.
You took my smallest,
You took my dumbest, most accident-prone kid. Have fun. How much ransom? It turns into the movie Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where it's just like Bette Miller gets they do the ransom thing. Judd Nelson. It's an old movie. It's an old movie reference.
It's a good movie reference. But speaking of retarded people, right? It sounds horrible. Stop it! Speaking of special, talking about touched people.
There you go.
Sparky, where are we this week as far as our lovely states to go to?
Oh, where's the sign at? Hold on, give me a second.
Dun, dun, dun.
The Kakalackas, north and south. Yes, that's right. Sparky, for all of those who, I don't know if they're watching, I don't know if people watch this show. You know what? I do this show because it airs things off my chest. How do you feel about that, Kevin?
I don't feel bad about it. Why would I feel bad about it?
No. Why do you do this show, Kevin? Why do you do this show?
Entertainment purposes. I always like telling jokes, and
always about the banter, my friend. Always about the banter.
We got beautiful banter going on here.
True.
I remember months and months and months ago, you said your brother said maybe you want to go on my brother's podcast, promote the comedy show that we're doing locally. And I said, okay, cool, And from day one, I'm like, oh man, this guy's got some beautiful banter. This is some good stuff. A lot of room to talk, a lot of back and forth.
We make excellent man love together.
Absolutely. I would rephrase that, but that's all right. No, I would hopefully people find the show entertaining and it'll brighten your day up. If you can't find anything else to watch, and say you're tired of watching CNN, Extra, and all that nice crap, and you want the news, you want some entertainment around the news. Well, we got your stupid criminals, we got your Emmys.
We talk about the topics. We talk about them. It's all right.
We talk about the topics. We bring it up. Yeah, absolutely, man. And we're just a bunch of local guys roaming around. Sparky's in his winter wonderland of Toy Fest right there.
Kevin, give a little shout out to a show that you were just on recently, by the way.
Oh yeah, the Bar Sports Talk. I'm sorry, the Bar Podcast.
The Bar Podcast, yeah.
Bar, yeah. I did an interview.
That was awesome, by the way. I did listen.
Did you listen to
it? I did, of course, yeah.
Yeah, Brian asked me, he's like, could you keep it PG-13? I'm like, I could keep the tone PG-13. I said, but normally, I said, this is going to probably come off a little rated R, because he's like, you want to know what questions are going to come? I'm like, no, man, I don't want to know the questions.
No.
I'll just answer them honestly, but they're going to be terrible.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to end the interview when he said, if you could time travel, what time would you go to? And I said I would probably want to go to the year 900. I left enough pause room so that way he would ask me like, well, why the year 900? Like a normal thing to do.
Yeah.
And so he did eventually. He said, oh, well, why the year 900? I said, well, I would be the tallest man there, and I would think that the women would be impressed on what a circumcised looks like.
That's true.
So, what else am I going to do time travel, man? Look at, I am so tall.
Kevin, I was going to bring that up, too.
This way. I will show you what a circumcised looks
Kevin,
like.
that was by far the weirdest question that I've ever heard in an interview. Not that I'm rocking on him. I'm not rocking on him by any minute. It was a good interview. It was funny. It was entertaining. I enjoyed it only because you were on there. But that was a weird question, man. That's a weird question.
If you're going to ask me a time travel question, we're going weird on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're going super weird on it. I mean, two things that don't... he said two things you shouldn't do back to back. I mean, I said...
Sparky.
That was me filtering through all the other terrible shit I wanted to say. So there's other things that made it through the filter where it's just like, oh, that's not terrible, is it? Yes, it is.
Sparky, please tell everybody how we play this lovely game where we go down the rabbit hole of criminal minds.
What's going to happen is you're going to read off 3 different categories of 5 stories in each category. Now, your objective is to figure out which story is true, which story is false. Now, the basic rules of true and false is there's never 2 false stories in, a week usually. Usually isn't. So far, the odds have been pretty good that hasn't happened. But the other thing is if you hear anything about the word...
I did do it one week. I did do it one week.
One week you did 2 false stories, yes.
I did.
But that was how many states so far, so we're doing pretty good.
Oh. You might be onto something, Sparkles.
Tony's like, nothing is true this week. They're all false.
Everything is false.
Just going through old episodes of MacGyver, right?
Way to ruin it, Sparky. Way to ruin it. God damn it.
Some of my feelings would be hurt if some of these were false.
Oh, yeah. Sparky, I'm just going to pick a random story and just say false with it now. It's all false! All of it's false!
McLaughlin Luke. The McLaughlin from the McLaughlin group, Wrong!
All right.
Wrong!
Let's start us out on this awesome rabbit trail. And we'll start it out with story number 1. Carolina man arrested for drug possession. Go figure, right? Guy arrested for drug possession, Kevin.
He's got it in his hands. The possession's not to the law.
Yeah.
The other one,
when they found drugs in a Scooby-Doo lunchbox.
They found in a Scooby-Doo lunchbox? All right.
Jinkies, Robbie.
Kevin's setting up this.
Kevin's looking at the screen with a straight face going,
They pull out his mask. It was you the whole time, drug dealer Dan. And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for the Scooby-Doo lunchbox.
Yeah, if it weren't for you damn scrawny kids.
Wasn't for the Scooby-Doo lunchbox catching fire from the meth I made wrong.
See what happens when you bake stuff in a plastic lunch pail?
It smells like a mother. Yeah.
Story number 2. Carolina man arrested after trying to hitchhike a ride from a South Carolina sheriff. Turns out he's a burglary suspect, Kevin.
Oh, give me a break. They needed to pin something on somebody. They're like, get in the car. We'll give you a ride.
Oh, man!
Hop in. I think we got our burglary suspect over there. Case solved. Right,
done.
Time to eat lard and grits.
Welcome to South Kakalaka.
and my buddy popcorn.
my buddy Corn Pop.
Old pop.
Corn Pop popped into the sheriff's car and he just pulled somebody over.
By the way, thank you, South Carolina, for Joe Biden. Seriously? What the fuck?
True. Next one, South Kakalaka, or Kakalaka man. Kakalaka man. Arrested for marijuana possession while in court for, guess what, Kevin?
Meth.
Marijuana possession.
Oh, you got the scumbags. I know if it's in South Carolina, they take that stuff as if it's like the devil's grass there,
It is the devil's lettuce, my friend. The devil's lettuce.
Invite me over his house then.
Story number 4, Carolina woman arrested for an April Fool's prank. April Fool's prank. Apparently, she texted her daughter that there was a shooting at her school.
Okay. Sounds like a good prank so far.
Sounds like a good prank. The sad thing is that it's a felony to be telling people that there's a shooting at any type of school, Kevin.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
It's a prank.
Oh, nobody got hurt.
He forgot the LOL.
No LOL.
LOL. Yeah,
Ah.
LOL would have got her out of jail. That
See,
would've
Sparky, we're coming up with ideas here for the pictures if you want to add them while you're... Story number 5. Carolina man arrested for breaking and entering. He apparently stole Red Bull, cigarettes, and Cheetos from the local convenience.
Solid combination.
Yeah. The sad thing is that his Cheetos busted on his way out and then led the police to where he was.
Oh, man, they followed the trail of Cheetos.
They followed the trail of Cheetos.
You know what? That is a fake story. That's a fake story. I'm calling that one a fake story. Only because, not to say that it couldn't have happened, I do not believe in the detective work. Because it would take some skill.
Wait, of North Carolina or South Carolina? Or
Is this
both?
North Carolina or South Carolina?
I can't tell you which one is which.
Trick question, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
North or South. Does North Carolina realize that they're also in the South of America?
No, they have no clue.
South Dakota doesn't know that it's in the North of America. And West
Kevin.
Virginia has no idea. West Virginia
Kevin.
has no idea they're in the East Coast of America.
Kevin, let's get this ball rolling. What are you thinking, brother?
I'm going Cheetos false.
Sparkalicious.
Oh, they're all true. Come on now.
You bastard, Sparky.
He always goes true. This is his thing. That's his thing.
This is my thing.
How about that girl?
Stories anymore.
I love that girl. Well, she's actually passed out on the floor. It's kind of funny.
Oh my god. Poker with the Yoda to make sure she's still alive.
I feel like we're on like the futuristic version of that 70s show, and he's playing Danny Masterson right now. Because he's got a passed out girl on the floor.
Can you hear what she's saying? She's saying they're all true. She said the Scooby-Doo one isn't true. She's going to be mad.
Oh. Jinkies, ruh-roh. Hey, does this smell like chloroform?
What did that 70s show circle of a futuristic?
I'll start out with story number 1. No, I gotta keep moving. If I don't keep moving, we're gonna stall and stop, and then we're gonna get onto this whole raping thing. We're gonna get into the raping thing again. It's horrible.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't believe Sparky just Bill Cosby'd her. No, alright, so... Story number one, Carolina man arrested for drug possession when they found rugs in his Ruby Roo lunchbox.
Very nice. Extra points for Scooby-Doo.
That was really good, right? Yeah. That is a true story, sir. True story.
Knew it. Oh, there they are. They got the hats on there. Let me see
Hey,
what-
buddy, this is not the Scooby Snacks.
That was good. I like that, Sparky.
There's so much you could do with that story. Ruh-roh, Ruggy. I think the cops are onto us, Shaggy. Ruh-roh, it's the coppers.
Hello, she passed out, Danny Madison. Stop doing it.
Put the rape drugs away, Raggy. Story number two.
Okay.
We can go on for hours with this. Hours. Carolina man arrested after trying to hitchhike a ride from a South Carolina sheriff. Turns out he's a burglary suspect. Is a true story.
How was he burglarizing if he's hitchhiking?
You forgot his part.
Hey, did the guy rob the C-store yesterday? Apparently when you're riding with the sheriff and you give your name to him, and he runs your name in the computer.
Or did he just put your name in the computer? Ah, look at that. Says it right here.
He put the name in the computer, and clearly he had warrants for his arrest for a burglary suspect. He was out caught robbing people. I don't know if he was trying to rob the sheriff in particular, but he was robbing people, and he was the number one suspect that they were looking for.
Well, once again, we have another criminal on the list that needs to take the ABCs of criminology into play.
True.
Always have a getaway driver or a getaway car. The one guy I'm going to keep referring to him. He not only had a getaway car, he had a getaway second car, he had a getaway kayak.
That's true. That is true.
Great story.
We're gonna have to write a book for tips for dumb criminals because we're learning a lot here.
Yeah, we'll get accessory charges for people saying, like, you know how I got away with most of my crime? The Podguyz Podcast.
Yeah, we're all going to jail now. Thanks, Marky.
Yeah, criminals for dummies.
Yeah.
Or crime for dummies.
Crime for dummies. Yeah, crime for criminals. The how to do it guide. Crime to criminals.
The how to. Yeah. Somebody was going to knock at the door like, oh, wow, we didn't realize this thing actually existed. All right.
Whoa, you ring a doorbell?
All right.
People come to the front door. You know what that leaves wide open? The back door.
This is true. You run like hell. Leave the family behind.
Story number 3, Kevin. Story number 3. Carolina man arrested for marijuana possession while in court for marijuana possession.
Oh, man.
True story.
There you go. What do you got there? What do you got there, Sparky? I can't see, buddy.
Why are you here carrying drugs into court? This is the evidence from last time. Let's just say...
That is actually a pretty good excuse.
That is a pretty good excuse. You get patted down when you come into the courthouse. You get patted down. You get wanded. They make sure that you're good. Yeah, they make sure that you're good when you walk into the courthouse. And especially into the courtroom where they know that you're in there for drug possession. Right? So I guess they patted this dude down at the door, and guess what? Baggie of weed. Baggie of weed.
That had to be a big bag enough to not hide. If he brought a small bag in there with him, he could have hidden his wallet.
His shoe, something.
Yeah, man, that must have been a lot of weed right there.
So that must have been a lot of weed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude's got a problem.
Yeah, you got to be the dumbest person alive. It's not even metal, so the metal detector would not go through on it.
Yeah.
So
Drug sniffing dogs would have went crazy for that shit.
They normally, I'm not sure how the South Carolina or North Carolina courts go, but they normally don't have dogs, at a court facility.
Correct.
But even if they do have dogs and the dogs bark at you, they need a warrant and able to check you because although it would count as probable cause, they would still, would suspect they can't have the dog warrant you for probable cause while you're not pulled over for a crime. You're just there,
True.
Maybe the dog doesn't like you because dogs don't like you or smells another dog on you. Maybe the dog's not properly trained and whatever would be found on you would be just dismissed anyway. So,
yeah.
But dude must have had a lot of weed on him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, story number 4, Carolina woman arrested for an April Fool's prank when she texted her daughter that there was a shooting at the school.
Epic prank.
True story.
Oh, I figured it was true. But
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a true story.
what, did she cause panic?
She caused mass panic. People were pulling their kids out of school. They were calling the principal and guidance counselor. Dude, they had cops at the school. They had the SWAT team. They were rocking and rolling, like, all over it. And apparently...
My clients are bad at pranks.
Yeah. Who the hell, like, and here's my question, right? When you're the daughter, and you're the mom of the daughter, who actually just ratted you out to everybody. My mom said that there was a shooting at the school. What like...
You get the whole house to yourself if you know it's against the law. You say, like, all right, Mom.
Yo, my kid narks me out saying that I'm the one that told everybody that, like, I'm beating some ass, dude.
He's got the picture up there. What does it say there, Tom?
As long as you hide under the desk, the shooter won't get you. Hashtag forgot the LOL.
See? Hashtag forgot the LOL. Kids, you remember, if you hide under the desk during anything happening, nuclear bomb explosion, fire, shooting, the desk protects you 100%. It's like a fortress.
True. And then make sure if you're texting, LOL at the end, okay? LOL. Very important. Very, very important. Story number 5. Carolina man arrested for breaking and entering. He stole Red Bull, cigarettes, and Cheetos from the convenient market. When all of a sudden, his bag busted and led police to where he was hiding Cheetos. True story, Kevin.
The cops doing detective work.
Cheetos, cigarettes, and Red Bull. I'm out of here. Hashtag Hansel and Gretel.
You know what? I think that the cops probably needed like several signs before seeing the Cheetos. They probably had massive amounts of birds in a row that were eating the Cheetos.
Yeah.
They're like, that's an awful lot of birds in a row there. And the skunk. We haven't seen anything like this. Hey, look at that. Footprints, too, in the snow. Huh.
Boom.
Let's arrest this poor hungry man for being poor and stupid at the same time.
Look, when you're stealing Red Bull, cigarettes, and Cheetos, I think there's a lot more questions in your life.
I mean, he needed the smokes because he's addicted to the drug. He wanted a Red Bull so that way he can be up for the day. And Cheetos to fill the belly up a little bit.
He was hungry.
Hey,
He was a
the
little
cops on
hungry.
this guy.
I know.
Yeah. Little stuff. It's like, oh, you stole 17 boxes of ramen noodles.
They probably shot him.
We finally caught the ramen noodle thief. Oh, good for you guys. Thanks for collecting all 83 cents.
Oh, perfect.
He was rapping ramen?
What was that? Like it's like 83 cents would equal to like a truckload of ramen.
You're like, what are you in here for? Oh, you know, man, I just kept robbing places with a gun. How about you? Red Bull, Cheetos, cigarettes, stole them all. Got caught.
Ah, damn it.
I'll be doing the next week and a half here with you there, Bunky, that keeps jerking off in front of me. This sounds like fair treatment for my crime.
Yeah. They put me in the cell with the puffer.
What'd you learn in prison? How to stay quiet at night.
How to masturbate into my own sock.
What smells like a fart, but I didn't hear a fart? Oh, prisoner getting out. Mm-hmm.
Next five stories. Go a little something like this.
I think this is the better category of the week this week.
Probably,
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Story number 1. Carolina woman arrested for bringing contraband into prison in hollowed out Bibles.
That's true. I'm going true on it. Smart
I've
girl.
seen it on TV once. It must have happened, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But are they that smart and cackalacken?
Kakalaka man. Story number 2. Kakalaka man arrested when they decided to rob a store at gunpoint. And this is men. Kakalaka men. I'm sorry, Kakalaka men. 4 men, to be honest.
Oh, man.
Too bad they didn't have a getaway car, Kevin.
No getaway car?
So what did they hop into, Kevin? What do they usually hop into when you don't have a car?
When you don't have a getaway car, either they hop into a taxi.
Oh, and that's perfect. They actually hopped into a taxi, Kevin. Too bad that the cop actually recognized one of them. And needless to say, all four were arrested.
Gotta love it when you scream at the taxi driver, "Quick, lose the cops!" And then the taxi driver's like, "I'm gonna slow down."
Yeah, I'm going to charge extra. I'm going to charge extra for these. Story number 3. Carolina man arrested for trying to kidnap a pro wrestler. Story number 4. Carolina man plants a bag of cocaine on the counter of a police station. He claims...
Keep it coming, I know. Yep.
He claims that it was bad and substandard. That the exact... No, Kevin. The cocaine is bad and substandard.
Well, you go to the police for that, obviously, right?
Of course, clearly, you're going to the police.
Over that. That's what they do. They enforce the drug dealers to get better drugs.
Kevin, he claims that it was bad and substandard. He wanted the police to get him a refund.
It does fall under theft by deception, but he's also going to get charged with possession of illegal narcotics.
True.
So you take the good, you take the bad, you go to jail, and then you have...
The facts of life. The North Carolina facts of life. Sorry.
In the same jail cell as the dealer, that's the problem. Then they'll fight each other.
Perfect.
You should have sold me substandard cocaine.
My pappy sold you that cocaine.
God, you're a crackhead.
Story number 5. Kakalaka man arrested holding up a store with a stick, Kevin. A stick.
Oh.
Hey, Kevin.
Stick.
Kevin. His getaway car was, guess what?
Uber.
No, it was a Craftsman lawnmower.
That's not a getaway car. That is a work vehicle.
That's a work vehicle, especially for South Carolina.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt it if these South Carolina people would rob a golf course, the little shop at the golf course, and then their getaway is the damn John Deere tractor, and the way the cops find them is because of the unevenly cut grass. The way these cackalackins are going, man, that would just be part of the course. No pun intended with the golf course hypothetical there.
True.
Yeah.
Kevin, where are we going? What are you thinking about these 5 stories?
Man, I mean, I'm gonna have to say all true. I don't really find a false one in the bunch, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm going all true.
Okay. Sparkalicious?
They're all true.
Will this be the day, Sparkalicious? Will this be the day?
It could be the day, but since I proved them, they're true.
Okay, fair enough. Story number 1. Carolina woman arrested for bringing contraband into a prison in hollowed-out Bibles. True story. It is a lovely true story, Sparkles. Let's see this beautiful picture.
I love it.
This is going to be one of the better pictures of the week.
Excuse me, ma'am, but what John 3:16 means, hope the field goal is good. Hope the field goal is good.
Spark, you read that out
Think
there.
about it. Excuse me, ma'am, but what John 6? I forgot to put the word in. What does John 3:16 mean? Okay. Underneath the answers, I hope the field goal is good. Think about it now. Every single NFL football game behind the end zone, they're kicking the PAT. What does everybody hold up? John 3:16 signs.
Okay, I don't get it. Anyways, this lovely lady snuck in such contraband as drugs, alcohol, and weapons into this lovely facility in the hollowed-out Bibles.
Wow, she's like the Oprah of contraband. Hey, you get a Bible. And you get a Bible. And you get... Seriously, don't open it till the cards are gone. And you get a Bible.
Here's a little bit of Leviticus.
You're going to want to really check on Matthew 4:28.
John 3:16, always.
Every single one of the football games, people are holding up down 3:16 games.
Doesn't that mean I just whipped your ass? Oh, no, that's Stone Cold 3:16, sorry.
In a football game, I thought they're normally like, oh, the goal's good.
Go!
You don't even see audience. You don't see anybody in the stands now. They have artificial boosts for the Eagles games because why not make them feel at home with the losing?
True. That's true.
They could have artificial. They should have CGI bottles being thrown at the fuckers, you know.
They'll be throwing batteries at the cardboard cutouts.
Oh boy, thank God the NFL spent the money on the CGI bottles, or we wouldn't know we're in Philadelphia playing sports right now.
Oh, look at him! He's getting carried to the judge's office. Story number two. Kakalaka man arrested when he decided to rob a store at gunpoint. Too bad they didn't have a getaway car. They hopped into a taxi. Too bad the cop noticed one of them. Needless to say, they were all arrested. It's too long a story to not be true, but it is. It is a true story.
Look at that, they're all in there.
Okay, guys, I know that 3 of you are on parole and can't drive a taxi. Okay. All right. I think Sparky had a stroke during his drawings today.
It's all right. Strokes happen, man.
It happens. It happens from time to time.
He had to mix up some medicine.
This is what happens when you give yourself roofies. I'm just going to cut into story number 3. The whole thing of story number 2 was just that, like, somebody's going to notice you if you're out and about and you don't have a getaway car and you're scrambling and you're just popping to a taxi to try to get away.
Shady activity, it draws the cops right to you.
Shady activity, always. It is what it is. Story number 3, Carolina man arrested for trying to kidnap a pro wrestler. Sparky.
I was thinking to lean and false on, but then I'm like, if Tony's getting it from the internet, it's got to be on that true level.
True. It is true.
Yeah.
Okay, checklist. Panel van, rope, duct tape, just need a pro wrestler. Hey, Sparky, what was her name?
Sonia Deville is her stage name. What
Sonia
is the guy
Deville.
not trolling her on Twitter, but stalking her on Twitter and Instagram and everything. And what happened is when she got home, her and her girlfriend were in bed sleeping, and the guy decided to try to break into the house and kidnap her. Her and her girlfriend woke up, ran out the door, took off, called the cops. When the cops got there, there's the guy, rope, duct tape, knife, you name it, he had it.
So there's Kevin in the corner. There's Kevin in the corner, and then they're.
Yeah. She must have gotten away because she scissored her way out of it, right? Went out the road. That's terrible. All of that. I don't know who's watching tonight, Tony, but we are offending a lot of people.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I love it because you're just like, hey, women that accuse people of rape, you liars. And I'm like, yeah, Louis C.K. masturbate in front of you. You're like, yeah, you retards. You know, like, we're
working the crowd today. Working the crowd.
Not politically correct at all today.
No, I would never condone rape in any way.
Unless you're liars.
Unless you're all liars. They're trying to do it for stinking cash.
I sound like I sound creepy myself, man. You know, where it's just like, let Louis C.K. masturbate in front of you. God damn it.
Damn Louis C.K.
You should be happy to see Louis C.K. orange pubes.
Story number 4. Carolina man, Kakalaka man plants a large bag of cocaine on the counter of a police station. He claims it was bad and substandard. Kevin, it was bad and substandard.
Now, if it was fake cocaine, they would still charge him with cocaine.
That's true. That is true. He wanted police to get him a refund.
Oh.
It's a true story, Kevin.
I'm falling into your lap.
Take that cocaine. It is bad, and I want a refund.
Man, he must have thought that he. Jesus Christ! I don't know this guy, man.
Dude, when you're high on coke and you just go in there.
Now, is this north or south Kakalaka? Because it feels like south.
It would definitely be south. Yeah. I didn't write down if it was north or south. I know it was just a Carolina. If I investigated a little bit more, I would have written it down. Which general direction?
Because right now it's feeling like the Kakalakan man is a very much without car, okay? Without getaway car.
Very high on drugs.
Terrible at concealing drugs. We got some guy, he's already in court. He's got drugs on him. Scooby-Doo lunchbox can't hide his drugs. And now one that just walks his ass down, because you know he doesn't have a car, to the police station and throws the cocaine and says, this cocaine...
This sucks.
And the cop probably said to him, what do you mean? Did you find that on the street somewhere? He says, no, I bought it from my drug dealer. Illegally. And I want a refund.
Yeah.
Hop 2 there, officer. What do you...
Chop. Go arrest him.
These guys are terrible at hiding drugs, and they're terrible about getting away from crimes.
So bad.
So I know there's a meth lab somewhere coming up, and I wouldn't...
Hold on to your horses, Kevin.
Hold your horses.
Story number 5.
Drugs inside of a horse and shit all the drugs out? Well, that's also their getaway with the horse fucking...
They call it a meth mule.
Meth mule.
Story number 5.
What does your meth mule have down here in Kakalaka?
Story number 5. Kakalaka man arrested after holding up a store with a stick. His getaway car was a Craftsman lawnmower.
See, bad about getting away with shit constantly.
True story.
Thank God you get the drugs before you fucking got it.
Picture of the night.
Oh.
Yes, police, he robbed me and jumped on his snapper. His snapper. The Craftsman snapper.
I like how he detailed it looks like a miniature train, but he's on a tractor. It's likable, though. He's obviously Harsh Sparky's. He holding the stick there.
He is holding a stick, by the way. Yeah.
I see it. Yep, he's got his stick right there, and there's a stick figure calling for the slow getaway. Man.
True. Yeah. All right, let's finish this off quick for our last 5. We're taking a lot of time. Too much funniness going on. Story number 1: Carolina man arrested for breaking into Arby's. Kevin. When he got caught in a ventilation shaft for 10 hours.
Jesus Christ. Are you serious? No. Do they have Arby's down there?
Story number 2. Carolina man arrested for cold calling random numbers. Hey Kevin, when you're cold calling to see if anyone would like to buy marijuana.
Yeah. I normally do my number neighbor.
The number neighbor, that's right.
Yeah.
This guy did his number neighbor.
Tony, when I was drinking a lot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like every day, it was an everyday sort of thing. I mean, you know, I'm still sober. I don't drink anymore. But when I was drinking, I'd call my number neighbor. Now, if you're not familiar with what a number neighbor is, it's literally your next digit up and
The next digit up or down.
Next digit of your phone number, yeah. So I would call them at 4 in the morning and be like,
hey, number neighbor, what's up?
What's going on? What? What do you mean, what? We're practically related. God damn. And hang up on them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
that's a good time right there.
It felt right. It felt, or calling my old phone number that
It
I had
does.
years ago and be like, how's this phone number treating you? And they were just like, what? Because it's 2 in the morning.
Hey, Kevin, when this guy called his number neighbor to see if they'd like to buy marijuana, they said, yeah, I'd love to buy some marijuana.
Very nice.
It turns out he was a cop.
There he is, not concealed.
There he is. Stupid Kakalaka man.
Jeez.
Story number 3, Kakalaka man arrested for trying to buy his Applebee's meal with $1 trillion bill in Monopoly money.
Oh, no. That's false. False. If you're a guy, you deserve to be a meal yourself. Come on, give the dude a free meal. False, Tony. Erroneous on all counts.
Erroneous on all counts. Story number 4. Kakalaka man arrested for breaking into a convenience store using a crowbar into the bricks of the side of the building, only to steal a 12-pack of beer. He skipped the register, the lotto tickets, and any type of munchies, but he took 2 6-packs.
And he broke through the bricks with a crowbar?
Yes, sir.
Bologna.
You're calling Bologna?
I'm calling Bologna on that one.
All right.
I'm switching it up. I'm only doing one fake one.
All right. Story number 5. Carolina man arrested for a SWAT team shootout after objecting to a Taco Bell increase in their burritos for 50 cents.
This sounds like the Kakalaka man I know. Yes.
It sounds like the Kakalaka man I know and love.
Yeah, like...
A little unhinged.
With the beer one, he's following the MO, okay, of getting caught with the drug, okay, and breaking and entering and not having a car, okay.
True.
So he fits the MO. So I can't say that's a fake story, although it could be. But he fits all. He checks all boxes, okay. Applebee's $1 trillion. I'm sticking with that one, Tony. Fake one right there, because first of all, I don't believe that the Kakalakans know what $1 trillion is.
None of them do.
That's it.
I mean, except for Joe Biden's son.
Oh, man, Joe Biden's son. Joe Biden's son knows as much about natural gas as I know with quantum physics.
Yeah.
A little bit, but not enough to get paid for it.
Sparky, where are you going with this, brother?
They're all true.
You mother fudger. Alright, story number 1. Kakalaka man arrested for breaking into Arby's when he got caught in the ventilation shaft for 10, count them, 10 hours.
No getaway.
No getaway. That is a true story.
No getaway. These guys
no getaway.
And they deliver themselves right to the police.
Every time. Every time.
Every single time.
Help me. Time to open.
I adored him. I love it.
Yeah, I'll just unlock the doors.
That's good stuff.
The funny thing is that this actually hit nationwide news, Kevin. I'm surprised you've never seen this before.
No, never.
Yeah, they had to they had to like break the whole building apart because he was caught in between the traps. I guess for the ventilation system, he was stuck there for a long time. Yeah. So people thought that they were like pranking each other, like the employees were pranking each other, and they heard "Help me! I can't breathe!" coming from the ventilation shaft.
Well, the the school shooting.
That's what it was. That's what
These
it was,
are
yeah.
bad pranksters, these cackalackins.
Those cackalackins. You greasy bastard.
Really?
For real, yeah. Story number 2, Kakalaka man arrested for cold calling random numbers to see if they would like marijuana. Too bad he called a cop. True story. True story.
They're bad with hiding their drugs also.
It's super bad. Hi, 1111111. Do you want drugs? Hi, 1111112. Do you want drugs? Hi, 1111113. Hi, do you want drugs?
That's hilarious, Sparky. That's funnier than you're actually getting credit for on that one, because he literally has the stick figure guy going through everybody's number.
Everybody.
This guy's got the long distance plan, and he's like, you know what? I've seen this on the Wolf of Wall Street. We just got a cold call to sell.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, that's.
Kakalaka man is not a smart one so far. He is not an evil genius by any means.
He's a hitchhiker that burglarizes. It can't get away.
Can't get away.
He will give you the drugs. So you don't even have to ask for them. He's going to call you.
Hey, Kevin, guess what was used on this next story? And you're going to say, what was it, Tony? Crystal meth? You could be right, Kevin. Carolina man arrested for trying to buy his Applebee's meal with $1 trillion bill and Monopoly money. It's a true story.
Get the hell out of here. They don't know what $1 trillion is.
Oh, but they do know what meth is.
Oh, never mind.
Candlelit dinner, $200. Paying with Monopoly money, priceless.
Jail time.
Oh my gosh. True story. Unfortunately, this guy got arrested. He was trying to pay his bill with $1 trillion bill. You're just doing theft at that point.
I mean, if I was the manager of that restaurant, I would just go up to the guy and be like, sir, I hope you enjoyed the free meal. You are no longer allowed in this restaurant.
Yeah.
We would call the cops, but we feel like you have more problems than what we can bring to you right now. So just never come back here again.
Yeah.
The person would probably look at him and say, okay, it would click for the poor guy.
I think so, too.
To be a manager, and, obviously the manager's probably burnt out from restaurants, or maybe they already know
True.
the guy, and they're like,
True,
that's
true.
it. Cops
Yeah.
being called.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Do you think he's more mentally ill than a criminal? I don't care.
Yeah. Who cares?
Alright, he's going to jail.
Yeah.
I'll talk to the cops for an hour.
Story number 4. Carolina man arrested for breaking into a convenience to steal a 12-pack. He skipped the register, lotto tickets, and munchies, and took 2 6-packs of beer by smashing the side entrance with a crowbar. True story, Kevin.
Yep. See? He got caught with the drugs and no getaway car.
If I aim for the same place, I can break the bricks faster. Hashtag hole in the wall gang. Hole in the wall gang.
They should let him use an IOU on the beer. He didn't steal anything else or something.
That was it, man. Take 2 6-packs.
He should have just left that $1 trillion of Monopoly money there and said, keep the change.
What happened is that guy had to watch the movie Casino before he did that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because in the movie Casino, the whole wall game is so past these guys, and they're breaking holes in the wall to all the buildings to bypass security.
Yeah, they're doing the Ocean 11s with homeless people.
Hey, what'd you steal? Oh, I got 2 cans of cheese and some.
Your crowbar. I'll hit it with my hand. You hit it with your hand. By the time we know it, we'll have the beer.
I got some carne asada.
Yeah, while they're drinking in the parking lot, the cops are like, man, they pulled off the perfect beer heist.
Yeah.
And there they are.
They didn't go far. They're either passed out from beer or Sparky's rape drugs.
Sparky's getting arrested because we're
Story number 5, Carolina man arrested for a SWAT team shootout after objecting to a Taco Bell increase in their burritos for 50 cents. True story.
All true, man. Yeah.
Damn you, Kakalaka man. Damn you.
Kakalaka man.
50 more cents for a burrito, I will kill you.
I will murder you. Well, people are very sensitive about their tacos. Have you ever seen people getting angry about not having? Remember the Florida man? Remember Florida man from a long time ago?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to murder over
a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah, over a sandwich.
Yeah, over a sandwich. The wife and kids ate a sandwich.
Yeah, and he murdered down to the restaurant. 4 hours a week, come home to a broken house, my wife blowing the neighbor, and all I want.
Boom. I just want a bologna and cheese sandwich. That's all I want.
That's all the man wanted. And get it. People get crazy about their sandwiches, especially when they're high off of drugs. Throwing it out there.
Just saying. That ends our fun expose in the North and South. Sparky, where are we next week? The Dakotas. The Dakotas.
The Dakotas.
I like how he has Mount Rushmore there. Did you see that, Kevin? Did you look at it?
I love that. Look at that little added feature right there, everybody. You got the 3 little stick figure faces there.
You got 4 of them. You got 4 of them there.
We're not getting too heavy on the details.
Yeah.
That way, when Sparky writes his book of the cartoons, you know exactly what chapter you're on.
True.
Why go to South Dakota to get a T-shirt of the real Mount Rushmore when you can get the Podguyz Podcast version of the Dakotas and the little Mount Rushmore guy right there? Nothing says I could care less to visit stupid little things in the mountains than the... Oh, Tony, what do you got there? It looks like a Podguyz Podcast T-shirt in what I might assume to be a large white with the blue trim right there.
That is correct, sir. That is correct. Wow. Official merch from the Podguyz Podcast.
Where can I find a T-shirt like that?
Well, Kevin, you can find a T-shirt if you just DM me some information like your size and your interest.
You see, that's all you got to do is a direct message, right?
That's it. That's all you got to do.
Okay, I thought it meant something else there for a hot minute.
Yeah, direct.
I think cash payments.
Yeah, definitely not.
What would they run such a fan of a show such as the Podguyz Podcast?
I'm going to work out some pricing in the very near future. And,
if they are a fan of the Facebook page, they probably get a discount, right?
Probably. You would think so, right?
I would, yeah.
Yeah,
why not?
I don't know. Sparky, where can you happen to find us, brother?
You're going to find us on Facebook, Google, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Deezer, Castbox, Pocket Cast, Spotify, YouTube, GeoReel, and our Phantom Pandora account.
Ooh. Phantom Pandora. Kev, you want to plug anything? You want to plug anything like your recent show?
Yeah, guys, if you want to check out the Barstool Podcast, check it out. Brian's running it. He's very entertaining, very great interviewer. They've just hit some. It's an offshoot from an old podcast I used to be on before these guys. Before I really felt like me and Tony and Sparky had a nice rhythm going on. So that's why Tony's like, "Hey, man, you just want to come on here and do the show every Monday." And what am I going to do? Lie and say, I got some things going on a Monday there, Tony, at 10:15.
I ain't got shit going on.
How bad of a liar would I be? Tony, I would, but, man, I got to, feed the children with the thing. And
the stuff.
Insert lie here. Insert lie here. No, but geez, we've been doing this for a good amount of time, which... Guys, if you watch the Podguyz Podcast, if you enjoy it, share it with your friends. If your friends don't like it and you like them not liking it, share it even more with your friends just to piss them off. Who cares, right?
True.
Yeah. Yeah, just spread the good word, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Sparky, any closing messages, my man?
Well, first of all, with the T-shirts, I think Tony is going to have an option where if you want my pictures that I do draw, just,
I'm working on it, brother. I'm working it.
You won't not get the picture you want. You make it some random picture. You never know. You could be surprised by what kind of pictures that we put on it. So
You may get the original. You may get the original ironed onto the back of a T-shirt. Sounds pretty good, right? All right. Well, PM me, DM me. Let me know if anyone is interested. Private message or direct message me. No penises.
or you can call him on his phone number at 111-1111.
Correct. Guys, we are out this week. Have a good night. Bye.